The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? This is a quick and dirty update on what's happening right now with Bitcoin. So as you know, our target right now for support was around 1.7, 1.8, give or take up here at this yellow line, the 50 moving average. Also the trend line we had over here, a very nice trend line. This is a trend line that's creating the triangle that we've been looking for a very long time right now. The question is, will this triangle hold or not? Will this support hold or not? So this is what we are looking for. So this move on the downside was kind of expected. We are always expecting some kind of move towards the upside, but it does look a little bit weak. So, you know, we can potentially break on the downside, because right now that we are hitting this very close you know, support level, we are not getting any kind of reaction. You know, oftentimes when you hit some kind of support, you want to see some kind of reaction. You know, you want to either hit it very fast, you don't want to hit it slow, you want to hit it fast, you want to see fast reaction towards the upside, you want to see something holding, right? But we are kind of just slowly moving up here to this line down here to the support line. So if we start, you know, consolidating here at the bottom on this support line, the probability is that we might also go on the downside. The best case scenario would have been just quick and fast way on the downside and then just big rebound towards the upside. Unfortunately, we are not getting that. We are not getting any kind of rebound over here right now. So if you look at it here on the 4-hourly time frame, you'll see down here that we had this, you know, what a lot of people are calling a bear flag up here that's broke on the downside. Might be in some other kind of you know, some other kind of triangle up here that's been happening up here. If it was triangle, I think this already played out. So let's check that out on 1-hourly, because I've been looking at triangle, people have been looking at some kind of bear flag, but my triangle was something like this up here, give or take. It went something like this up here. I don't think this is actually a correct line. Maybe it should be something like this, but if you see here the triangle, you know, the way I see it, you know, it broke up down here. Maybe it should be all the way up here on the top up here where it starts and then where it ends. Down here, all the way down here to the bottom, something like this up here. So in the ballpark area of where we are right now. It depends on how you draw the triangle, you know, and stuff like that. Because if this is a bear flag, and I'll show you the bear flag on the 4-hourly, if this is a bear flag, something like this up here, right? You got this move that goes something like this over here. If this is a bear flag that right now broke on the downside, we are not done yet, and this can go a lot further towards the downside, because often bear flag, you take the pole of the flag and then you just extract it towards the downside. You can see here that we are hitting some kind of 40 levels down here, give or take, you know, around 40,000 give or take towards downside. So this doesn't look like it's done just yet. We did break on downside. If it was a triangle over here, we are, you know, did complete the move towards downside based on the triangle. But if it's a bear flag, then we are not. And you just saw that, you know, there's different way you can actually draw the triangle and, you know, measure it and stuff like that. But, you know, I think it is pretty close to where we should have been right now. This was, you know, mostly expected move towards downside. The only thing that I didn't expect is how slow the move is going. So it is going very slow towards downside. I was expecting a little bit a faster move and then, you know, a reaction, but unfortunately there is no reaction. So what can you expect right now on the price? And sorry about that, let me just move to where it should be. So what can we expect right now on the chart? Well, we can expect some kind of a you know, some kind of bounce up here, or of course towards downside. I didn't expect this actually to break on the downside, but right now we have to look at that, you know, possibility that it can actually break back inside the triangle up here. And if it breaks on the inside triangle, you know, we are getting to this kind of, you know, fear levels that might, you know, occur. So we don't want to get back inside the triangle, because if that would be a very bearish move towards downside. But, you know, the big bearishness, the big drops are going to come once if we and, you know, for whatever reason exit this triangle on the downside, eventually on the downside. So we definitely do not want to do this. We would like not to do this, because even if it gets out, it's bearish, but it can definitely come back out again. But if we break on the downside after being all the way up here at some kind of 48,000, you know, hitting this 200 moving average, this would be very bad for the price. So I'm a little bit on the sidelines right now, whether this is going to break towards upside or downside. I'm looking at some kind of a indication that this, you know, this is going to hold. And there is definitely some kind of divergence playing out up here on the downside up here on the 4-hourly time frame. but you know, it's hard to say right now. It's hard to say right now. We are at a very important level of support. Hopefully this support holds. Hopefully the support holds. And sometimes, you know, when it comes to technical analysis, you know, some moves are very obvious that are gonna happen. Other moves are not so much obvious, right? So, you know, sometimes we can say with, you know, pretty high degree of certainty that it's going to go up, it's going to go down. Other times, like right now, it's really unclear what's going to happen up there. Extended from the 10-20 moving average, so some kind of rebound up here might happen. Best case scenario, we get back above this 10-20 moving average. Worst case scenario, we rebound and, you know, or consolidate up here and then fall on the downside below this support level up here. If we just fall through support level without actually trying to test some kind of higher levels up here, I would assume that's very bad, because we don't even have strength to test the upper levels. So just in case, if we do go up here, I will say that this trend line up here at the top up here is the most important trend line that you can actually have right now. So it doesn't matter what it does over here. If it goes like up here, it can still have potential to break on the downside. It needs to get back above this trend line up here to break this, you know, short-term downtrend up here, to break this short-term downtrend and to continue towards upside. Then you have other levels of resistance, and it has to break, you know, to enter some kind of, you know, rally towards the upside. But over here, man, it kind of looks sketchy. That said, today's Saturday, so Sunday is gonna be a weekly close, and you can see here already right now, unless we get some kind of pump towards the upside in the next 1 day and 13 hours, if you don't get some kind of pump towards the upside over here on this candle up here, we're gonna, you know, close below 50 and the 20 moving average on the downside, which isn't the worst thing that can happen, because we are still above the 10 moving average and we are still above this level of support down here. You can see a support actually holding at 42.2, but you know, it's never a good thing to break the moving average. We can definitely, you know, next week break right back up again, but in case we do break on the downside, we have to look for another week or something like that for confirmation that this is, you know, a legit breakout and we are going on the downside. That said, last thing that I'm going to show you is the weekly time frame on CME future chart. Now this chart already closed the weekly candle, and you can see here that the weekly candle closed below the 50 and the 10 moving average already. So this is already done because they are CME futures are open on Monday to Friday. And you can see here on the dollar, we are hitting this very important support right now, where Bitcoin is right now on the regular charts, right? So we went down, we are hitting the support, 10 moving average is coming up here. So best case scenario for the next week, at least on the CME chart and on our chart, is getting some nice pump towards the upside. This can definitely happen because like we just said, down here, it is a little bit uncertain what's going to happen next over here. Let me just redraw the line. It is a little bit uncertain what's going to happen next, but in case we do, you know, manage to, you know, climb back up here and, you know, continue towards the upside, this is going to be most bullish move that can actually happen for Bitcoin, because number one, on the weekly, we are getting back above this 20-50 moving average, confirming them of supports because we went down, then right back up again. The next thing is we are breaking all kinds of levels up here on the daily time frame and stuff like that, you know. So, but if you start going on the downside, it's kind of hard to say. But I cannot tell you right now which way this is gonna go. It is very hard to trade this move over here. I mean, once something hits support, that's when longs are piling in. If not enough long piles in and this pushes through on the downside, it's gonna be bad. When you got some kind of resistance and some kind of support, right? We always go long on the supports and we always go short on the resistances, right? So this is not a short option right over here. You know, this is at the best some kind of long option, but it's kind of weak long option the way I see it. It might be very, very genuine, and we have to see some kind of a maybe a little bit more confirmation on this time frame. So you can see here on the 1 hourly time frame, kind of trying to climb up here, but you know, everything looks so unconvincing, and the volume, you know, after this move on the downside might have been some kind of capitulation phase towards downside down here. That's actually right now playing out. You can see here the volume, but volume is still technically in this move towards downside, going towards downside. So we might have had some kind of capitulation phase up here that might push the price towards the upside. There are a lot of possibilities. I'm neither bullish nor bearish right now. I'm just looking at where this is gonna actually play out eventually. And with that, guys, take care for today. Tonight we're gonna have a live stream, of course. Maybe something is changed by then. This can definitely, I'm hoping, I need some kind of reaction before I can say anything, right? And right now there is literally no reaction. We fell down, we are consolidating a little bit here, slowly maybe climbing towards upside, but I would like some, you know, some big green candle up here, you know, to happen. That would be like very, very good indication of some kind of bullishness kicking in. We need to get back above the at least this 43, 44,000 up here levels towards the upside. If we can manage to do that, you know, maybe some kind of bullishness is kicking in. Down here, it is a little bit uncertain right now. But tonight we're gonna have live stream. We're gonna see what's happening tomorrow. We're gonna have a new video, you know, so we're gonna check that out. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a nice Saturday. Enjoy the, you know, enjoy crypto and you know, take care. Bye bye.